As a musical director and doing calling in any band, you have to have a really good knowledge of the music to be able to call and to make all the what we call breaks, which is where we play a set pattern. The band in Portsmouth now, 5-6 years old, and it's going from strength to strength. And we get good bookings. We get people turning up to rehearsal every week, and the whole thing's really good fun.
We play for 2 hours on a Thursday, and I'd say I spend maybe another hour or two in the week as well. Well, it's quite a commitment. I didn't really realise how much of a commitment it would be kind of before I joined. We've got the rehearsals once a week, but you have to practice in between, obviously, and especially like right at the beginning. We had never drummed before, so it was just like actually getting our because your muscles kind of have to train themselves to keep going.
It's much more of a communicative thing to play with a bunch of other drummers in an ensemble where we're all into rhythm. So for years my kind of chosen instrument was a drum kit. And that's great, and I got very good at it, no problem, but it's not a very shared thing. And I think the thing I love about playing samba in this band and in other bands that I've played in, it's a very shared opportunity to make music and make rhythm, which is why we all do it, because we're all mad keen on rhythm, aren't we? Well, starting at the back, the fundamental bookends of the rhythm are a bass drum, which is, in samba reggae, it's called the fundu. Samba reggae basically has a 1 beat and a 2 beat, and it differs from Rio samba in that the 1 beat is the deeper drum, 2 is the higher tuned drum. The next row of drums will be the ipaniki and the caixa, and the caixa is basically the drum kit equivalent of the snare drum. And that plays clave patterns. The caixa is like white noise, actually, because it's the equivalent of a shaker as well. The patterns that they play are often very similar, 90 or 95% similar to that of which the next drum, the ipaniki, plays. The ipaniki is a very, very high-pitched, cracking drum. It sounds like lightning. That's a good analogy because the ipaniki is like lightning. The bass drum is like thunder. The main drum of samba reggae, and what sets it apart from any other style of samba, is the middle. It's a very challenging drum to play. It doesn't play as many notes as the snare drum or the ipaniki, but you've got to be bang on with it for it all to dovetail together. The slightly smaller than a bass drum, and it basically goes by the name of a middle, but it's also known as a dobra or a cortador.
I play dobra, which is like the rhythm. It's given me blisters. Yeah, I have blisters on my hands. I love drumming. I joined with my friend Jodie, and she saw the band at the Multicultural Festival, and we've been talking about drumming for ages. It's just like a really high energy activity, and it's really nice to be part of a group.
Landmark gigs for Batala Portsmouth, probably IFOS last year, probably, but every gig is a new challenge, and every rehearsal I treat like a gig.
The drumming's wicked because it's such a high energy activity. It's really nice to just make so much noise.